2026 version. Hi, everybody. As you know, my name is Lady Don. I'm a child of God first. Then I'm an educator. I'm a parent. I'm a caregiver. But the thing that I feel like I do the most fabulous is that I'm an artist, and I just love art. I love expressing myself through all different mediums of art, and that's what it do. But through life, we all know, growing up in certain areas, especially like the hood, they get to those places, we turn to go through some things that challenges us. But guys, I'm telling you, in the long run, if you learn from the things you go through, you learn from your challenges. Like my favorite quote, I think this is my favorite quote, is what don't kill you make you stronger. And by the grace of God, like I said, I just feel like every time I go through a challenge, I go through something, I learn so much that I just feel like, you know what, these things must be happening for a reason. So like before, when I would go through things, I used to be like, oh God, why me? I'd be so angry because anybody that knows me, that really knows me, know I have anger issues, like serious anger issues, like yeah, that part. And that was the reason why I wanted to work on myself, because I'm a very loving person, but boy, when I get mad, alrighty then. So you know what it is. But also, from working in the education field and being around children and even my loved ones, seeing life, how life turned out, it just made me want to really work on myself. So as I worked on myself, get a little bit disciplined, a little bit more self-control, work on some other areas of my life, other things that happen, and next thing you know, I started experiencing growth. I started experiencing healing, from the same things that kind of like triggered me in the first place, you know what I mean? And make a long story short, I've heard a couple of real educated people who are like into this new type of education talk about this thing called PTSG. It's like you get growth from the same thing that gave you trauma. So once again, to me, it's just like saying, what don't kill you make you stronger. You understand what I mean? So on that note, I pray and hope everybody who's been through something can get an opportunity to overcome that thing and beat that thing and learn a lesson from that thing. So the next time you go through something in life, whatever that thing is you went through, the wisdom that you gain from that thing, it could take you to the next level. So on that note, welcome to 21 Days I Prayed. I told y'all my focus topic for this year is going to be emotional hygiene. And once again, I know emotional hygiene is a very important part when it comes to transitioning to different chapters in your life, going on to next stages, closing out old stages, beginning new stages, and so on and so on, that's life. Basically, that's all life is. You open a new stage, you go through it, then you close it out, then you open up another. You understand what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you the thing that helped me with that the most, and not being stuck in the past. I cannot. Please forgive me. I'm only human. I do not like people who are stuck in the past. Like, snap out of it. That was like 20 years ago. Get over it. I understand the pain. I do. I've been through pain. I've had pain. You know what I mean? And guess what? From my pain, I got my power. You know what I mean? My pain made me strong. So, and I'm not saying that everybody can do it, because unfortunately, I don't know. Like, there are some places in life people gotta go, but everybody ain't gonna make it. I'm not one of those gushy, mushy types that's gonna be like, oh, it's for everybody. Everything ain't for everybody. I ain't for everybody. It's life. So on that note, here go the first thing I did. I'm talk about it for a few minutes, And then we're going to wrap it up because we already know what it is. It is 100 degrees outside. I'm in here and I'm hot and I can't wait to go find somebody pool to jump in. So let's go. First things first thing I did, I started monitoring my thoughts. Okay? Monitor your thoughts. Monitor your thinking. A lot of times we don't pay attention to our thoughts. You understand? Reminder, your thoughts, your thinking is your spiritual home. Having thoughts in your head that you don't agree with or you don't like is like having a guest at your house that you don't even rock with like that. Like for real, seriously. Monitor your thoughts. And another thing, don't judge yourself. Stop judging yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself for thinking crazy, demonic thoughts. We all go through that. I do. Sometimes I have some thoughts. I'll be like, I send that thought back to sender. That is not my thought. You understand what I mean? And then guess what? When I'm done saying I send that thought back to sender, that's not my thought. I'm going to hug myself. I'm going to love myself. I'm not going to judge myself. And you guys need to do that with yourself if you're trying to do what I did. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. But all I'm going to tell you is that you can't be hard on yourself. You can't. The world is hard on you. Your haters is hard on you. Your family is hard on you. Your job is hard on you. Come on, man. When you catch yourself having some crazy thoughts or you got some stinking thinking going up there, don't judge yourself. Try to understand. Ask yourself, why am I having those thoughts? If you can't come to a conclusion of why you're having those thoughts, those might not even be your thoughts. I'm serious. Like this thing right here, the mind, this thing right here, it'll play some serious tricks on you. But the first things first is you have to monitor your thoughts. Monitoring your thoughts is like keeping a log of who's coming in or who's going out, out of your spiritual home. Show yourself some grace. Show yourself some kindness. The same way you would show somebody else a kindness if they did something wrong to you. You know how you would show your loved one courtesy. You would extend all that love to them, even if they did. You have to do that with yourself. You can't be like, oh my God, I'm a freak, I'm a weirdo, I'm thinking crazy. Like, there's no such thing. There's no such thing. So rule number 1, we're going to start off with monitoring our thoughts, because that's what I do. And guess what? I do this all the time. I might forget to do it from a time or two, but then I start feeling that little bit of, maybe like irritation sometimes, because it's like, all right, now I haven't been taking inventory of myself. I haven't been paying attention to what's going on up here. And then it can lead to frustration. It can. It can lead to a lot of things. It can lead to aggravation, Might even lead to somebody getting cussed out. Ain't had nothing to do with it, but just because of whatever junk I had loaded up in here from whenever. And I know I ain't the only one that do that, so trust me, I'm only human. If I make a mistake, I'm going to learn from it. And if I do something wrong to you, oops. And we're going to figure it out, and we're going to work it out. But, I'm going to show you kindness. I'm going to show myself kindness. And we got to start doing that for ourselves. So on that note right there, I'm going to thank you so much for kicking it with me and going through this journey with me for the next, we got 19 days left, right? Because it was 21 and today's day 2. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to share some ideas with you and let you know what I did and how I do what I do. And if you have any real serious questions for me, you need to holler. You already know how to get in touch with me. But please, only serious questions, because I'll ignore you. You get on here and you saying some old silly, like, I ain't got time for that. I'm serious, because my goal is to try to do something for someone that nobody did for me. And that's it. You know what I mean? Like little simple stuff like this that, I come from a culture where the education is extremely low. We have like no education at all. And on top of us not having the education, most of the education we have is lies. So that's a whole different subject. So on that note right there, back to monitoring our thoughts, showing yourself grace, showing yourself love, and being nice to yourself, even through your stinking thinking. And then tomorrow we'll talk about how to deal with that stinking thinking. Okay? But first, let's start monitoring the thoughts and being able to identify the stinking thinking so we could try to retrain our thoughts, reprogram our mind, and set it in a new vessel so we could do a new thing like it's a new day. Come on, let's go. Listen, it's harder than it sounds, but it's really that easy. I believe in you the same way that you believe in me. And if I could do it, I know you could do it. And on that note right there, you wanted to know how I do it? I'm trying to tell you, that's how I did it, son. Like, word up. Like, there it is right there. That simple. All right? And you don't even have to be no intellectual for stuff like this. Because, you know, guys, I'm trying to tell you, like, you already know what it is. First of all, I feel like all black people is intellectuals, but we just don't know that. But like I said, it's just so many stuff that I think, that I feel, that I know about you, my people. So much greatness that's in y'all. And it's a shame because sometimes I think the world knows our worth more than we know it. But because we don't know it, you know what they say, the lack of knowledge, right? All right. Well, I'm going to wish y'all the best on that one right there, because we are living in a time where it's so much education, so much wisdom, so much knowledge. And even if you don't want to listen to somebody you know, even if you don't want to listen to no relative, even if you don't want to listen to no, like, somebody in your community or whatever the case is, there's so many different places that you can go to get this wisdom, to get this knowledge, to better yourself. Because it's really about you bettering you, making you a better person. This has nothing to do with anybody else. And that's if you desire that. And I wish you well, and I wish you love. And on that note right there, I'm going to end out saying a couple of verses at the beginning of Psalm 23. And I'm most likely going to say the same prayer every day at the end of the rap, because, like, that's my go-to prayer. That's the thing right there. God is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Okay? So on that note right there, guys, I wish you guys well. I wish you will find whatever it is that you're looking for, as long as it's something good, as long as it's something positive. And I wish all your dreams will come true. I wish you well. And I hope that at the end of this journey, I could at least have maybe 2 or 3 people with me that, even if they don't get to the end of the tunnel, but they can see the light. I wish you guys well. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow for my 21 Days I Pray.